Hello, welcome to Rewrite Your Reality with Reese. I am your host, and today I'm going to talk about what creates reality. And it is your assumptions, but it's not just your assumption in that sense. Right? It is your assumption that what you have set as reality is reality. Okay, so that being said, let's go. I was thinking about this way to present the idea of reality creation in the simplest way possible. So I came up with this idea where if you were to do that, right? If you hold your finger here and your palm here, quite literally, right? And I'm just going to use this for the visual. No amount of thought makes this pen go there, right? There's no amount of thought that can make me do that, right? None. I can think about doing that over and over and over 1,000 times a day, and I can affirm it until I'm breathless. I can imagine it until I'm tired, and I can script it until I'm whatever, but that'll be what point is. And I can meditate on this as much as I want. None of that is going to make that go there. None. In the same sense, none of what you're doing is going to make your specific person get the phone and dial you, right? No amount of thought is going to make your boss put another zero by your name, in your paycheck, right? No amount of affirming is going to make you stop coughing or make that chronic pain go away. None of it. And you can think as much as you like. It does nothing. You can feel like you really deserve this thing to touch this. It's not going to. Why? Because no force in the universe can make that happen. Because there is only one force in the universe that can make this happen, right? In the realization, it already happened. Or where is it happening first? It's happening in your imagination. Right? But it's not happening via you imagining. It's via you intending a certain outcome of reality for your experiencing of it. You see, when you intend it, it immediately happens. It is your intention. So let's do this, right? The quote, Bible quote, be still, know that you are God. Be still, know that I am God. Whichever one, I'm referring to myself and you, right? Whomever. Be still and know that I am God. When you be still, what you are actually doing is observing what is creating the next moment of reality and where the previous moment of reality went, right? Talking about the previous moment of reality, where is it gone? Where's the last 5 minutes gone? It's in your memory. You say, no, but I lived it. Okay, cool. Where is it? Right? Those frames of reality, those billions of frames of reality that create every second of your life, right? Where is it? It's gone back into the reality field. It's gone back into the quantum matrix of what reality is, right? Those frames are gone. They're done. Gone back into the superimposed beingness of whatever it is you are in totality, right? And the next few moments, where is that? It's in the same place coming into your experience, right? You can think of yourself as like a prism and light coming into it, experiencing and just going back into its dispersed state of possibility, right? Ooh, that was nice. Right. So if you are only ever experiencing now, what's actually going on, right? We typically put our hand here, right? And then we're feeling the pressure of it. But it's not pressure over moments, right? It's pressure continuously, and then we're experiencing it over those moments. You see, if I touch it, the previous second of me touching it's gone. The previous moment of me touching it's not there yet. I'm only ever repeating this moment over and over and over and over and over. It's creating the illusion of continuity, right? I'm just continually bringing forth the reality where I am holding this and I'm experiencing that feeling of touching it over and over and over. But in reality, in true reality, the part where I was touching it's gone, and the part where I will be touching it hasn't arrived into my awareness yet. But I'm simultaneously imagining the previous moment and the next moment right now, right? And repeatedly doing that. So, going to intention back here. No amount of thought does that, right? So if you be still and know that you are God, see what actually happens for you to do that. You set the intention of doing that. It is your intention of doing that. You don't even have the image of you doing that most of the time when you just do it, right? Because you so perfectly manifest everything in your life that doesn't even get a chance to pop into your imagination before it pops into reality. Obviously, the further away my hands are in physical reality, the more likelihood it is I'm going to have that thought about it, right? But if it's like that, not necessarily, right? But you can, doesn't matter, doesn't mean I'm going to do that. It's that's also part of intention, to imagine it first and then do that, right? But that's the point. When you make an intention, it is your intention when you are being still and knowing that you're God. It is your intention that does that. Effortlessly, instantly, you become the identity that does that. No matter in the way you want to do it, like as fast as you want to do it. Your intention is so solidly perfect. It just does it, right? It is intention. So when you imagine your wish fulfilled, when you imagine being with a specific person, when you imagine checking your bank account, right? When you imagine yourself into that identity, when you set the intention that I am this version of myself that I am imagining myself to be, setting the intention that I am that's the reality creation click, right? Right? It is your intention. It's not the imaginal images. It's not the sound. It's none of that. It's setting the intention that I am that. It's setting the intention that I am this version of myself. It's setting the intention that I have felt myself as this person because I've set the intention to feel myself as it. Right? Then where does assumption come in? Now, when you've set the intention, you've impregnated reality. I think Neville said that, right? You've impregnated reality. You've set the intention to be that. Your assumption that I have set this intention is simply that I am who I have set my intention to be, right? Because there is no other reality. There is no other thing at play here. When I'm doing that, the entire universe is shifting for me to do that. This isn't causing something else to happen, and nothing else is causing this to happen. It's just part of the frame of the unfolding of the entire universe that happens. I think it's Alan Watts that said, when the ocean waves, it is the whole ocean that waves, right? It's a bit of a mind-boggling thing to unpack because you think, but nothing's happening over there for this to be happening. But the whole ocean is doing that, right? The whole ocean is doing what it's doing. The whole universe is doing what it's doing. The whole universe is changing as I am doing this, and I'm part of that change, right? Because it is from this moment and the moment we are not doing this is two different frames of reality, two different snapshots of the universe itself, right? It has to be. I'm not saying this doesn't cause something else out there. Nothing else out there causes this here. I'm saying this is all one idea happening, different snapshots of that same thing, right? So when you set the intention that I am that, and then you assume that the intention that you have set is now the identity that you are, and you are walking in and as that identity, that's you creating the reality of that identity in that very moment, backward and forward, right? Can't typically tell you what the backwards will look like, but or the forward, to be honest. But I know that when you set that intention, when you set that assumption, you are that identity, right? Don't focus on trying to set the intention. Just know that you are intending that, right? And your assumption follows suit. Your assumption is more of a sign and synchronicity than anything else, to be honest. But you are assuming because you have set an intention to be that. I think it's Vadim Zealand. He's talking about emotion and intention. Emotion and intention is reality creation. Then your assumption is that you have done that. It all kind of all just flows quite nicely into one another. But that's the point, right? Remember, this sit and think about it. No amount of thought moves your hand, but the moment you set the intention to do it, it is effortless, right? I say effortless, right? I'm not saying that if you imagine yourself with a specific person, you're not going to have an emotionally bumpy ride. You might not up to me, frankly. It's up to your inner self. So That being said, just wanted to explain instant manifestation, because when you instantly intend something, you are that identity. You have instantly manifested the version of yourself that does that. Because no matter how far away it is, when you have intended yourself to be the person that touches that thing, you are that and nothing can stop it. Right? It is the intention, not free will physically, not thought physically, intention to do it over and over and over, and it can't be stopped, because intention is you as reality saying, this is not reality. I am touching that thing. I am with my specific person. I am earning the money that I desire to earn. I have the money that I desire to have. I am who I desire to be. That is my intention. It is a very quiet knowing of non-feeling, non-localized, non-tangible, non-tactile, non-thing that is everything that you can be aware of when you are still. It's simply easier to be aware of when you're still. Right? The same thing when you're talking about, when you're saying a sentence, when you're saying a long sentence, realize you don't even know what the end of the sentence is. You just have an intention of what it is you want to say, and it comes out naturally. It's the exact same thing. Right? So, that being said, much love, much light, and thank you all for being here. Thank you for the subscribing. Thank you for the sharing. Thank you for joining my Facebook group. I don't know if they're from here or from Facebook itself or from TikTok even. Thank you for it, just truly. 200 members now, which is amazing. So, if you want to join, there's a community building, as I can see. You can post questions, you can ask me questions, you can email me. The description is in the box below. Information. That being said, much love, much light, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.